SLS GmbH is not a workshop. The work shown, which we carry out on our own vehicles, are merely experience reports and may contain errors. They are therefore not to be understood as professional instructions. Unfortunately, we cannot accept orders.
Hi, I'm Niels from SLS, and in our series on converting a US R107 to a European look, today we'll show you how to install the rear bumper. In the previous videos, we already showed you how we removed the bumper and pre-assembled the bumper components. And this is the current state of our car without the bumper. On our European car, you can clearly see the two mounting points for the rear bumper here. I'll take this part in my hand and hold it up against the car. And for comparison, let's now take a look at our US car. Here, you can see the former mounting points with 4 on each side. If I hold up our center section here, you'll notice this one plug. And on this side, one of the 4 mounting holes that we need to enlarge for the swap. I've already cleaned the surface, and now I'll use this plug set to seal up the open holes as part of the conversion. That includes both the screw holes and the mounting holes where the rubber lip was attached, to prevent moisture from getting into the interior. The set includes 3 different types of plugs, small fir tree clips for the threaded holes, and 2 types of rubber plugs, one for 8mm holes and one for 10mm holes. We've now installed all the plugs. Next, let's take a look at these forced ventilation outlets on the right and left. On the US models, these stick out further from the vehicle and would prevent us from properly mounting the bumper according to European standards. If you compare this with the European counterpart, you'll see that it's significantly shorter. That's 17mm less protrusion from the vehicle. Now, there are 2 options. Either you modify the old original part by shortening it, or, like we did, you source a European part from another vehicle. Unfortunately, these are not yet available new from Mercedes, and the reproductions currently on the market aren't recommended. On the right side, you can see that the hole was only sealed with a plug, while on the left side, there's the threaded hole, which we've now relocated. Here we have the weld nut that fell off from the back. I managed to hit it pretty much in the center with the drill, which means we now have a flat surface on the backside for our washer. I'll apply a bit of corrosion protection where I drilled. If you've seen our bumper assembly video, you'll remember this part. Back then, we assembled everything using blank parts, just to demonstrate how it all fits together. The parts were supposed to go to the painter afterward. In the meantime, we've sourced painted parts that match the color of our car, so we'll be using those. We'll remove the old ones and replace them with the new parts. I've pre-assembled the bumper under trays, loosely fitted them together. And now, with a colleague's help, we'll fit everything to the car. This way, we'll have the exact measurements needed, ensuring that during the final assembly with the skirt parts, there won't be any surprises. We've now measured 1.65 meters. You can also add a few millimeters, as foam pads will be inserted here, to ensure it doesn't get too tight. For completeness, it's worth mentioning that there are also brackets that attach to the rear mounting points of the bumper. However, these would need to be welded on, which we're skipping at this stage. The mounting kit includes, among other things, these neoprene pads. They go on the mounting surfaces for the screws, as well as these square washers. We've slightly modified one of them by trimming it a bit, so it fits better behind the hole we drilled earlier. The bumper is now fully assembled, and as the final step, we'll install the rubber protective strip. And that's it. The conversion of the rear bumper is complete. We strongly recommend applying good corrosion protection before mounting. For those who really care about their car, it's a good idea to remove this rubber strip once a year, as moisture and dirt can collect behind it. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.